warm up the oil to cook the eggplant. So you're going to be doing both sides, but I normally start off with the open side first. So once the oil has warmed up, so it depends on what sort of oil you'd like to use. I'm using vegetable oil. Put in your eggplants. This will take a while depending on how big the actual eggplant is. You will cook it on both sides, like as if you're frying any dish at all. Same as the chips. So you'll put it in, get it to cook, and keep flipping the sides over until eventually you get a very soft, fully cooked eggplant. You don't want a bitter eggplant, so you want to cook it off as much as you can. Once the eggplant is cooked, I put it just on a bit of paper towel, so you can absorb any of the excess oils, but it's also got steam coming out of it still, so it's still going to be steaming on the inside, trying to cook itself off. Yes, you will finish off the cooking process in the oven, but you do most of it in the frying process. To make the stuffed eggplant, I use baby eggplants. So what I've done is I've used the purple one. You can choose whichever eggplant you like. You can use the black or various different colors. So all I've done is I've cut off just to make it a bit of a design. So obviously it's a lot harder, especially when you've got kids eating the skin. It does cook in the oil. So what I do is I just take off the ends, make sure it's neat, and I cut just halfway through the actual eggplant itself. Firstly, what we start off by doing is making the actual filling that will go inside this, and then we'll go ahead and we'll actually fry off the eggplant itself, and then we'll put it in the oven. So with your preferred oil, I'm using at the moment olive oil. You can choose whatever oil that you like. With one medium onion, I'll put it in. With 250 grams of mince, whichever mince that you like to work with. Wait for it to brown a bit. At this stage, you can add half a teaspoon of salt. So obviously I'm just doing a little mix. You don't really need much to use it. I'm only using 6 baby eggplants, but if you're obviously doing it for a larger family, then you'll do more. I'm also going to be using half a teaspoon of the mixed spice, the Mediterranean mixed spice. So you can do normal pepper if that's all you've got. It's entirely up to you. Cook it off until it's brown. And then I'll just put 1 large tablespoon of the tomato paste with 2 cups of water. I then cook it off until it starts boiling, and then I turn it off the stove. We're now ready to add the tablespoon of the tomato paste. With the 2 cups of the water. Now obviously you actually do need to keep working at the tomato paste. It does look like a very thin mixture. A lot of people do put pine nuts in this, so it just depends on your preference. If you've got a nut allergy, you'd leave it out. I'm not using it in this case, as I've got little children that I need to feed. But you keep cooking it off until it actually starts to thicken up. If it doesn't thicken up with you, it should thicken up. What we normally do is when you're putting in the mixture into the eggplant, it will thicken up in the oven. The more you cook, the more the water evaporates and the mixture gets thicker, so the actual tomato paste actually turns into an actual sauce. I did separate the liquid to the mix, and obviously it just depends on if you want a bit more mince. A lot of people prefer a lot more mince than the actual onion itself. I like the taste of the onion. And all you need to do is, as I've done for the first one, is it doesn't matter if it fully opens up, it's going to open up as the cooking process actually continues. So you'll just open it up, fill it up. I overfill them. The best results is to overfill them. As you can see, I've filled up the whole lot. With the sauce mix that we used in the pot, I just put it in the bottom of the actual tray itself. And now you put it in the oven at 200 degrees, or depending on your actual oven itself, you can put it up to 280.